Nobody seriously injured here. Much of that thanks to the quick action of firefighters who were on scene. And 24 Hour News 8's Joe LaFergie live with that part of the story now. Good afternoon, Joe.
Hi, Brett. Henry talked about the movement of this fire. This is from another vantage point from where Henry is at, but you can see it started actually on the back of the building, but you can see how much it damaged and destroyed that roof moving east towards the other end of the building. You get to that other end on the east side, you don't see a lot of damage. Most of the damage there is smoke and water damage from trying to fight the fire above. Crews knew when they arrived on the scene they had a big job ahead of them, but putting the fire out was not their first concern. Upwards of 100 people lived in the burning apartment building. Most were able to get out pretty easily.
I was out of it. I was sound asleep.
But not Brian Lucas.
A fireman raced into my bedroom, yanked me out of bed, and hauled me out to an ambulance outside my apartment. At the time, I didn't believe the severity of the fire. Didn't realize how severe it was until I just saw the flames shooting from the top of the building and sparks flying everywhere.
Firefighters knew Lucas from the neighborhood, knew he's in a wheelchair, knew he's hard of hearing, knew they needed to get him out.
I'm out.
He was a second resident rescued by the same Comstock Fire Department crew. They were also able to get an 82-year-old woman out of her apartment. Both these folks pretty glad to see you when you come busting through the door.
Oh, yeah. Brian was real happy. Yeah.
Back here live at the scene, as you can see, crews just below that fire there, people from the apartment complex as well as firefighters have been going through there throughout the morning trying to get out whatever they can for some of these victims, trying to help them out. Obviously the investigation going on, as well as for that second victim. She was taken to the hospital, but the fire chief says her injuries don't appear to be serious. She actually walked out of that apartment with the help of those firefighters. Live in Comstock Township, Joe LaFergie, 24 Hour News 8.
We, of course, will have a lot more on the investigation and how the residents affected by this fire are coping. That's all later on tonight on 24 Hour News 8 at 5, as well as 6. And we've also set up a photo gallery you see there. You can see more of it at woodtv.com. And, of course, we'll continue our coverage on this story in our next half hour right here on 24 Hour News 8 at noon.